back at it. Welcome to my office. Skirt. It's not my office. I'm at work. So I'll make use of the facility. Why not? Welcome back to another video. This is The Art of Practice, which is part of Road to Infinity. I talk about different parts of my practice, thoughts I have around practice. So we go into more in-depth into the practice in itself, hence the title. And for the people that don't know, my name is Kaide, on Instagram, kaide.leviathanflow. And yes, let's dive into this week's video. Today, I wanted to talk about such a brain fog. What I want to talk about is filming, and more specifically, filming your practice. Having had conversations with people about specifically filming your practice, there's been enough moments where there's a slight resistance to it. The resistance to filming your practice is that it might get you out of the flow of practice, because now you feel like you're so aware of the camera filming you. Maybe the camera filming you gives you a sense of needing to perform. So now, oh shit, I'm filming it, so now it needs to be good. Otherwise, it's not worth filming. And it might just distract you. I can understand why filming can be an obstacle, or like something that you're opposed to. Because also, to film, you have to be aware of, right, I need to film, so I need to grab my phone, and I need to, if it's the phone you're filming with, you need to take it and place it somewhere. Can I cover everything, and what is in the background? It becomes a whole film setup. Is the light okay? Because you want to be able to see what you're filming, and when you then are practicing, are you sure, like how can you be sure that you're in and or out of frame? So there are so many technicalities around filming that can be just a reason not to film. For whatever reason you have not to film, I probably understand you. Probably can resonate. But I'm here today to tell you that you should film, and that all these small reasons not to film, that you should just see them as excuses, and that you should find one good reason why you should film. And for me, what that reason is, to be able to track my progress. Because by filming it, and then when reviewing it and seeing the collection of videos I have, I see the amount of time I put into my practice, which also in a way indirectly encourages me by telling me, let's go, Kaide, you've been practicing for this long, so you're doing a good job. Keep it going. It also shows me, or can show me, the progression. Because if I jump back a day, 2 days, a week before, I might not see so much. But if I've been going on for a while, let's say a year, you can then jump back in time because you have filmed your practice, and you can look at the day one, and it might, bring back some memories of how you felt that first day when you just got started with your practice. And then you fast forward and you look at maybe today's practice, and you'll see hopefully some growth, either by remembering that, oof, I was struggling, and now it's part of my, every day. And of course, I have ambitions of where to take this, but currently it's way better than it was when I started off. And then the longer you keep going, you'll always have more footage and more, growth to take in. And especially also if you're working on specific things and you film it, and then that specific thing you will see gradually also develop, because what might first be a bit choppy or a bit doing it with mistakes, and then you look at it today and you see okay, now this move has improved. This is more in my body than it was in the beginning, etc. So keeping track of your progress is a reason for me to film. A second reason for me to film is to be able to being my own coach, being my own feedback provider. feedbacker. I don't know if that's a word. You can be in a state where you're so sure of yourself in what you're doing. In my case, I'm working with perhaps spinal, like my waves. And I might feel very fluent in that everything is like it should. And then if I take a look at the video, it might be a different truth, where I might see it's like, oh, dang, I seem so stiff. Through the video, maybe slow down or like just repeat certain parts to then see where, like if you then felt fluent and your video is telling you that you're not, where is it that fluency is being cut? Wow, words. So you can see where the fluency stops, right? So that's also for you information, so that when you then maybe perhaps immediately after you've seen the video, you jump back into trying the motion and then trying to activate or to initiate that body part that maybe was missing, and then, oh, okay, you feel like, okay, now I'm working, ooh, okay, I'm adding new information into my body, I'm creating a detailed, more intricate pattern. Yeah, so you yourself are telling yourself where and how you should improve what you're doing. It's because if you look into your videos and you see exactly what areas you should be paying attention to every time you enter a studio or your practice chamber, you have an intention, you have a clear goal, perhaps with that practice. Okay, I want to work on this fluency, and I know exactly where it stops, and then you just want to figure it out. So we mentioned just keeping track of your progress, being able to give yourself feedback, but also where something that sometimes needs practice is getting used to watching yourself. My previous point was to be able to be your own feedback giver, but somewhere there you also need to go through a phase of being able to just watch yourself. And watch yourself making mistakes. Watch yourself trying. This might need practice, because I know from my own perspective, it's been so easy for me to judge everything I'm watching of myself doing, whether it's practice or especially if I look at footage from a battle and I look at my round, and I'm so quick with not liking what I see and then judging the whole thing. By filming yourself and watching yourself, it's a good practice to be able to really watch yourself as a third person. If you look at yourself and you don't like anything, or you're like, oh, that's crap, and you judged everything, it's gonna be hard for you to then look for the things that will actually help you improve. So to be able to watch yourself as just a person that is practicing or that's performing, and to be able, okay, as if you actually look at another person and analyzing, okay, oh, nice, this is nice. If I don't like it, what is it that I don't like? Okay, it might be because the legs are not being used, or the arms are stiffening up somewhere, so the person feels rigid because the arms are not involved, etc., etc. So with the same approach, you watch yourself to then going back to the previous point, being able to then give yourself feedback and being able to analyze and understanding yourself better and seeing, okay, where do I need to work? Because it's also easy to go and ask somebody to look at perhaps a video of you doing something, or somebody saw you perform and then asking that person for feedback. It's easy. It's easier, I think, because then it's just, okay, and you trust that person's judgment and you'll take it, and maybe you disagree or you agree, and then you work on that. But if you're gonna be practicing on your own, which I think will happen more often than not, if we want to stay committed to something, we might not have the access to people to practice with. It's important then to be able to be your own feedback giver or your own motivation, to be your own inspiration. The things that we feel that we need externally in order to keep us going, we need to be able to find that, especially internally. So to find your intrinsic motivation and to find, like, to be able to get yourself going so that you can keep on working on your practice and working towards reaching your goals. Another reason why I film my practice, when I'm, for example, working with my house dance footwork practice and I go into a state of freestyle, or a state of improvising within the footwork that I have for that day, I can just set up the camera and I can film myself and I can relax my mind and like needing to remember stuff. So I can just go, allow my creativity to take me places, and for whatever time I feel inspired to. And then when I then sit down and watch the footage, I can look at it and there might be things there that you didn't even notice when you were practicing. And you're like, wow. And hopefully you'll have a lot of moments of being impressed by yourself. And you have then, thanks to the camera and thanks for filming, you have the opportunity to then select certain parts that are like, oh, this was very nice. Okay, let me take that out. Oh, here's another part. Oh, wait, here's something. Didn't quite, but I see what's happening, but it inspired me to go in a certain direction. Okay, let me take that part. And like so, you can then go back into practice at a certain point, at a different time, and trying to recreate or understand what was happening that got you inspired or impressed, and then and take it from there. But if anything, it's a nice way to take out all the good things that you liked about what you saw and to develop it, diving into it more, refining it. Not a long list. Like I said in the beginning of the video, you only need one really good reason for you to start filming, and then pick up the camera and start getting to it. Because I think somewhere along the line, as soon as you get it as a habit and you get into just doing it and getting past your reasons why not to, you will probably thank yourself somewhere along the road that you started. So yeah, why you should be filming. I gave you a few reasons. Let me know. Also, are you filming your practice? Did you start? Are you picking up your camera? And how is that working for you? Is it something that you would recommend others to do? Or have you tried it but let it go? And then why did you let it go? Whatever side of the answers you're on, let me know in the comments below and let's just have a conversation. Do you have more reasons for filming? Did I miss something that you would want to add to the list, this small list of reasons? So today's theme within Art of Practice is filming your practice and a few reasons why you should. I hope you now go pick up your camera and film your practice and that you enjoy it. And let's find out what our true potential is. And I'll see you in the next video.